Well, she's just arrived. Wargame Models delivery of 2 meters of paving. Lots of slithers of cardboard to protect the items in transit. Looks like the pub. Well, you can see here the screen doesn't look very bright. Yeah, just make out there that looks like the pub, and the full warehouse. You can see the cladding detail and the block work, and some very tiny little bits of detail. There might be the arms for the CCTV cameras or the lamp posts, wall lights or something, if I remember from the other pair. So here it is, the Neptune Inn. I didn't notice, but on the listing you can message them when you buy it at checkout and request a different name, which I would have done if I'd have noticed, but never mind, it'll do. So we've got the name plate, a couple of sheets of acetate for the windows. We've got the cutout for the roofing, which I may well substitute for a wheels sheet. Coins, cornerstone details, and little chimney pots, I guess. We've got the footpath that goes out the front, and then the window details for the front and the main part of the building. Then I noticed a few little black marks, which is where the laser has obviously been on too long or been set too high, has blown through the footpath. Nothing major there, is it? It's just a footpath. But when we get to the side walls, which are the building and the chimneys, that one's not too bad. You can see a bit of the brickwork is missing, and it looks like someone's been nibbling it. When you look at the back, the laser's blown through all of it. Same with this side. When I first noticed it, I just see a couple of bricks missing at the top, and I thought, well, there's a couple of little pieces in this bag. I could have perhaps glued them back in and been none the wiser, but then I sort of noticed it was a bit rough. Turned it round, and looks like someone's been Star Wars laser party. But it doesn't end there, unfortunately, because this bit's not too bad, but all the way around is blown through, which is a problem because I was going to put LED lighting in the building, so it's going to be shining out of every nook and cranny. But there's more. I noticed these unusual lines, sort of panel effect, which generally if there's a little bit of staining on the bricks won't hurt because it sort of helps with weathering, but it looked a bit odd and uniform coming down the line there. Then I turned it round, and you can see the problem there if it's just catching the light. It's pretty well perforated all the way through, which obviously screws up my plans for illuminating the building, let alone the fact obviously there's some structural integrity issues of the building, and you can see the bricks are falling away because they've been literally burnt right through with the laser. You can see along that top row there it's picking up the light. So, was not impressed. The footpath which as you've seen in the first bit was fine. So I can only assume that obviously they're using the laser on something a bit heavy material and forgot to turn the settings down. Now the front of the warehouse is similar but not as bad. I did message them and say, you know, I can live with that. I can just put a skimmer filler, it's just round the doorways. But I said, can you send me another pub? Because I sent them some pictures like you've just seen, that it was perforated. Can you send me another kit? Sent them pictures. So today in the mail they have sent me sort of the main structural panels, which is the sides of the chimney and the housing wall, which are fine. The front, still a little bit of blow through on that, whether it's because they do the heavier brickwork patterning. There's still a little bit. I haven't put this one up to the light, but I did notice there was a little bit. It's not showing up on there. I can see it. I can see it with the eye all the way around. It's not showing up. But yeah, there you go. It's not as bad as the other one, but it still ain't brilliant. And the back is fine. You can see there's no burn through on that. And just these bits, the sides of the chimney, side walls of the front extension, they're all okay. So we're pretty much there. I'm not going to faff about moaning again, but I can paste that up and cover that. So, but it's just extra work, isn't it? So yeah, not overly impressed. I had that. I mean, the other one, that chip shop, was fine. Nothing, no issues at all. So whether they've just not got the settings right or what, I don't know. But at least they sorted the problem out, more or less. I would have thought it would have been easy just to chuck the whole kit in the bag, but I've got the bits I need to make the pub anyway, so we're there. And obviously I've got some spare bits for a bit of experimentation with weathering and patterning effects now. It's a bit gnarly. So yeah, it's sort of I don't know, 6 out of 10 I guess. Would have been okay if it had been okay, but yeah, they said they didn't notice it when they was packing it, but yeah, I suppose you ought to think of something to say, don't you? Yeah, so on a better note, some of the stuff I have been sent was Tim at Timber Surf, or Timber Scale as his eBay page. He's doing some 3D designs. I believe these were seconds of it, yeah, seconds. So there should be some little errors or whatever with them. I can't see too much. I'm going to do them as mostly as a scrap scene anyway, so they'll be, you know, knackered old rusty exhausts sitting in a skip at the back of a garage or something. I'm going to do a little garage cameo scene. I've got some scale 3D mechanics I've got to paint up, and hopefully, I did see on Tim's web page he's got a operating 4 poster, which I've took a little bit of inspiration from. I'm going to try and work on my own theme of that idea. I've got yet to buy a garage, and obviously have one with enough height to put a scale car in on a ramp and have it going up and down, but and then use my ambient sounds as well, so we'll have a little garage cameo scene and bits and pieces like that. But I bought the milk crates as well. Not focusing very well, they're quite minute, a bit shallower than the bear crates I've got off a couple of the other manufacturers. So we'll see how we get on them on painting day. And he did knock up, obviously he saw my episode about the chip shop from our previous supplier I just featured. And I was going to try and knock something up out of rolling a bit of aluminium beer can into a tube, or using some plastruct type pipe, and he designed a little extractor system It's in sections. I have glued those two pieces together, but unfortunately my super glue is not super glue anymore. It's not glue and it's not super. And if you remember a while, well, back in July, I featured one of these strange little things that looks like they should be in the Ann Summers catalogue, which was a humidifier that generated a little cloud of steam via ultrasonic power. Put it in an empty pop bottle and plug into a USB charger, and off it puffs out a load of little mist. So I ordered another one because I came up with an idea I can use it for if I can find some way of manufacturing a hyperboloid scale cooling tower for a power station or the sunlight, and have one of these inside it chucking out some steam or something. So I ordered another one. This was back on 24th of July. My order went through, and it was duly dispatched by AliExpress in China from their distribution warehouse, unfortunately, meaning that the actual people that sell the item don't get involved, and they're tending to use Belgium Post for some reason. Maybe they've done a deal with them, and I tracked it, and it ended up in Liège in Belgium. It's sorting office back on the 18th, I think it was, of August. I had some other stuff that went there and was then forwarded to Royal Mail and then got sent to me a few days later, taking about 3 or 4 weeks. This never changed its status. It stayed in Liège. I dare say if I checked the tracking it would still be in Liège. It doesn't come up on the Royal Mail search, and I opened a dispute because I hadn't received it for such a long period of time, and I've actually even ordered another one along with some other scenic items, and lo and behold it turns up today. So it's now free because obviously I got a refund on it because it's been 4 months. So the next piece I'll do, I can't feature much of it in this episode because I'm just going to see value for money on your scenics. What we get, how much we get, and what we're paying for it versus alternatives. As some of you know, when I eventually get to undertake my project of building a model railway, you need some scenic scatter. And I managed to pick these up from Cheltenham Model Centre for £1 a bag. And for some reason, during the checkout, you are forced to pay for Royal Mail's special delivery at £9 chuffing 25, which is a bit because I bought 4 Daypole wagons a few months ago and only had to pay £4 postage on those. So seems that they were going to cost me the best part of £10 to get the bloody things there. I bought the lot. 8 quid's worth of one and 5 quid's worth of another and 3 quid of another, along with some plasticard and a bag of Woodland Scenics coarse material to make some trees. I will be featuring some of those in an upcoming episode as well, which I've bought from the Land of Plastics and Air Pollution, just to compare them as a cheaper alternative. Some of them are good, some of them are, well, really what do you expect for the money? But I'll feature that again at a later stage when I've got all of the bits here to cover that sort of piece of it. So yeah, scenic material and trees and such like. It's going to be quite a big project that I'm going to be doing, and it's going to need a lot of that sort of stuff. I haven't reeled out actually, you know, even buying sponge and using a machine, you know, a blender to make my own. But obviously it is quicker and easier if you phase out the self-build of all the materials you're going to do. and make some more. But I sort of weighed some packs, Jarvis, whatever they call the zounds. There's only about 16 grams in a bag. I think the Hornby ones are 20 something. I've got some 50-gram bags coming that weigh out about the same as the retail on a bag of Woodland Scenics, which I think was £3.85, something like that. So I'll cover that in when I've actually got the stuff and we can put them on scales and open the packs and look at the quantity and the quality. So that's it for this week, I'm afraid. I will tease you with those no more. You'll have to wait till another one, else this is going to be too long. And now you're motion sick from the camera.